I welcome you to the third lecture. The topic I have selected is net present value or NPV and internal rate of return IRR. You will also get a copy of lecture through Gmail. Well, I would like to point out here that the subject of economics for civil engineering has facility to calculate yield or return on investment both backwards in time or retrospectively up to say 100 years. Similarly, you can calculate yield forward in time in future again up to 100 years in time. Underlying assumption in this regard is that the situation in the city, country, in the world remains normal. This method is not applicable in case of unusual circumstances of force majeure like disaster, natural or man-made, or like we have now coronavirus, pandemic, and other situations, floods, cyclone, those kind of earthquake, those kinds of situations. No situation in the city or country or anywhere is abnormal and economic conditions deviate. Well, the economists have also developed a table in this regard, a discrete compounding table that can also be referred, and I have also taught you 6 basic equations through which you can calculate present value as well as future value. It is also important to note that civil engineering projects, the engineers are often required to calculate net present value, internal rate of return as a basic economic indicator to compare with other similar sector projects. By similar sector means like road project, like water sewerage, like education project. Now let's define net present value. What is NPV? NPV is a technique to evaluate an investment on project to examine whether or not a project is producing profit. How it is done? In NPV, original investment is compared with the year-wise actual return on investment. The year-wise return on investment is then calculated backwards in time using present value up to the time when original investment was made, and then the original investment and the return on investment synchronizing with the time period of original investment is compared. If original investment is lower and return is higher, then profitable, then the project is profitable. Similarly, if the original investment is higher and return on investment calculated backward in time up to the point when original investment was made, then there is loss in the project. Net present value is expressed in dollars. I've already taught you the equation how to calculate net present value. Now we'll take up internal rate of return, the second part of it. Internal rate of return is the rate of return on investment. Internal rate of return IRR is expressed in percentage. If there are 2, 3, 4 projects, the project having higher IRR is preferred, is recommended. In IRR, a hurdle rate is assumed by the investor, keeping in view the type of project, and the hurdle rate varies from project to project. But for your convenience, I will assume a 15% rate. For instance, the investor investing on road construction, road building, like highway, that will give a better return because of visible improvement, because it will bring convenience, it will bring land uses close, it will bring communities closer to each one another, and commuters will be facilitated. So the rate of return is higher, and furthermore, uh, the investor can collect toll tax of the road that has been built or the highway that has been built. However, in case of water and sewerage, these projects are underground. Pipelines are underground, and people, consumers generally consider that water and sewerage is their basic fundamental right, and our culture is such that people are reluctant to pay the water charges or the users charges. That's why the water authorities throughout uh, the country are running in losses, and they have a lot of big default. The hurdle rate by the investor for water supply project would be lower in any case. So a lot of permutation combinations are done to calculate IRR. I've also given the equation how to calculate IRR, and I've also done the exercise with you, particularly with the A section, that how to calculate NPV and IRR using Excel application. That's it. Thank you very much.